There are 7 signs of insulin resistance that you can see that might be staring right back at you in the mirror right now. And most women in midlife have no idea what they're looking for. If you're in your 40s to 50s and suddenly dealing with stubborn belly fat that appeared seemingly overnight, or weird changes in your skin and your energy, this video is going to connect some of these major dots for you. I'm about to show you the visible signs that could explain why traditional eat less, move more advice isn't working for you anymore, and what you can actually do about it. So watch all the way to the end. Some of these really might surprise you. So first, we're going to start with what most women find frustrating is the belly fat, the stubborn belly fat that seems to have doubled overnight. And I'm talking about your waistline, about 35 inches for women. And this isn't just about how your clothes fit. This visceral fat around your belly is metabolically active tissue that actually makes insulin resistance worse because it releases inflammatory compounds into your bloodstream. It's like having a little inflammation factory right around your midsection that keeps your hormones out of balance. And here's what gives me hope. When you start supporting healthy insulin function with the right approach, this is often the first area where we start to see changes, sometimes within a few weeks of making the targeted changes. The second sign might seem completely unrelated, and those are those little skin tags. They show up around your neck, your underarms, your chest, or even around your eyelids. And these small, soft flaps of skin are actually your body's way of showing you that insulin levels are running much higher than they should be. When your cells become resistant to insulin, your pancreas has to pump out even more insulin to try to get the glucose into your cells. And that excess insulin can cause rapid skin growth. And these tender areas typically show up first. It's literally a visible sign of what's happening internally with your hormones. The encouraging part is that when you support better insulin sensitivity, many women notice that their skin tags actually shrink or even fall off naturally, and they stop getting new ones. Your body has an amazing ability to heal when you give it what it needs. If you want to learn some simple blood sugar hacks, I made you a little cheat sheet. It's loaded with things that you can try starting now, and these are things that actually worked for me. Click on the link in the description, grab your free copy, and start turning these signs of insulin resistance into markers of healing instead. Number 3 is something that often gets misunderstood. It's the dark velvety patches of skin called acanthosis nigricans, and it shows up in your folds of your arms, the back of your neck, and around here. And this often happens when high insulin levels cause skin cells to multiply rapidly. They get thick and dark, and it almost looks like it's dirty, but it won't wash off. And many women feel embarrassed about this, and they think it's a hygiene issue, but actually it's your skin responding to hormonal imbalances. And it's more common during perimenopause and menopause because declining estrogen makes insulin resistance worse. And what I love sharing with women is that the skin condition often improves significantly when you address the underlying insulin issues. I've seen clients' dark patches lighten noticeably within a few months of supporting their metabolic health. And the fourth sign you can see of how easily is do you retain water and feel puffy, especially your face, your hands, and around your midsection. You see, when you have high insulin, it causes your kidneys to hold on to more sodium, and whenever sodium goes, that's where the water follows. And this means you could be drinking plenty of water and eating the same foods as always, but you feel bloated and swollen because your hormones are literally telling your body to store water instead of releasing it naturally. It's not necessarily about drinking too much water, it's about your body's ability to process it properly. And once you start supporting a balanced insulin, the relief many women find is incredible. That consistent puffiness around your face starts to resolve, and you finally feel comfortable in your own skin again. Now, if you're thinking, okay, this makes sense, but what do I actually do about it? Well, I've created a free guide called the Blood Sugar Hacks. It's a cheat sheet. It walks you through the exact nutrition and strategies and things that you can do to help support healthier insulin function and blood glucose control during these hormonal transitions of menopause. You'll discover different foods that help support blood sugar and simple meal timing approaches and how to work with your changing metabolism instead of just fighting against it. And it's not restrictive and it's not complicated. So just click on the link, grab your guide and let's continue on to number 5, energy crashes. Number 5 is something that you can observe daily, and it's a pattern that I noticed in myself, that predictably, afternoon energy crash hits like a wall. I always needed a nap, and with insulin resistance, your cells aren't efficiently using glucose from your meals for energy. So even though you've eaten, your cells are still starving, which triggers intense cravings for a quick energy source. So you end up with this exhausting cycle where you need something sweet or caffeinated to function, and your blood sugar spikes and your insulin rushes in to handle it, but because your cells are resistant, there's overcompensation, and then you have a crash in your energy again, leaving you more tired than before. So when you learn how to eat in a way that supports stable blood sugar, that afternoon crash becomes a thing of the past. So imagine having more energy from morning until evening to get all those things done that you need to do without needing constant snacks or caffeine to keep you going. And the 6th visible sign is changes in your blood pressure, specifically readings above 130/80 or higher. And this happens because insulin resistance affects your kidneys' ability to regulate sodium and water balance, which we discussed earlier, which can impact your blood pressure. And most women don't realize there's a connection between rising blood pressure and their hormonal changes, usually during midlife. And it's often just dismissed as an inevitable part of aging when you go in to see your doctor. But here's the hopeful truth. When you support healthy insulin function, blood pressure often improves as well as your body regains its ability to balance fluids and electrolytes properly. And the 7th sign you might notice is increased anxiety or that feeling of a stress ball in your belly, especially when your blood sugar is fluctuating. When your blood sugar drops, because your cells can't use that glucose efficiently, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which tries to bring your blood sugar back up. And this creates that hot burning anxiety in your stomach or your chest, and it can make you feel on edge or worried about things that normally wouldn't bother you. It's not just stress, it's your body's emergency response to your blood sugar that's unstable. And the beautiful thing is that when you stabilize your blood sugar through supportive nutrition and lifestyle choices, that the baseline anxiety often calms down significantly. You literally feel more grounded and more peaceful in your body. So if you recognize yourself in any of these signs, please let me know in the comments below what you found interesting. But just know that you're not broken, and it isn't a normal part of aging that you have to accept. There are things that you can do. Your body's actually giving you valuable information so that you can help it function better, improve your insulin response, and find that right approach and the strategy to help you in this stage of life. And I believe every woman deserves to feel energetic and comfortable in their body, confident about their health, and with the right support, these visible signs can become markers of healing rather than sources of frustration. So now that you know some of the signs to watch for, comment below of your biggest aha moment. Can you relate to any of these symptoms? Perhaps it's time to schedule an appointment with your healthcare provider to get evaluated. Remember, insulin resistance is most often reversible. But doctors typically do not test your fasting insulin level. They'll test your hemoglobin A1C and they'll test your fasting blood sugar. Those are actually late signs of your changing insulin status. The first sign is your insulin starting to creep up. So if you can get your doctor to order you a fasting insulin, that would be great. But if your doctor is not agreeable to doing that, these physical signs are actually indicators that your insulin is high. And if you want help getting the fasting insulin ordered, I can also help you with that. So it's important to know, what is your baseline? What are these physical signs telling you about your metabolic health? And don't give up. Make sure you're getting the right help, talking to your doctor. You can reach out to myself. I can also give you pointers. The blood sugar cheat sheet will get you started. And I also have a metabolic reset program that helps women understand their bodies and to reset and to learn how to balance their hormones so that you can live happy and healthy through midlife and beyond.